The new champion of Shazam, issue 1, Josie Campbell writing with Doc Shaner on the art. And this is in continuity, which I wasn't necessarily expecting. I wasn't
Me
sure what it was
either.
going to do. But
And like, so I really like the concept of Shazam, especially once, I got really into Shazam around the Justice Society era, right? And then like I had read like the Trials of Shazam where they tried to put it on Freddy, and Billy was the new wizard character that was trapped on the Rock of Eternity. And so I do like that they try to do Legacy. And then with New 52, we have the whole new origin where he could share it with the whole family. And so just the idea of Mary taking over and being this new champion was something that I'm in. And then you're gonna put Doc Shaner on art, and yeah.
oh yeah, the art's got. I mean, that's the first thing you can see easily is that the art is gorgeous.
And just the idea too that we're gonna have Mary at least for 4 issues becoming the new Shazam as I just love that whole idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's set in continuity. It's it's she's now college age, so she's actually leaving. And there's a really sad little scene. It's on the very first. Is it? That's not the first page, is it?
No, it's so there's and also here where she talks about like she always felt unwanted, right? And I do like that because now it
yeah. No, what I was getting to is it's on the third page when she's leaving, and Darla it's like, oh, she's still asleep, but she's not, and she's like she's crying because her sister's leaving. Yeah, that was really sweet. But it mentions because of what happened in that Shazam crossover thing that we didn't read. Like Billy's in the Rock and all the powers gone, right? None of them have powers anymore. Nope. So she's going off to be a normal college girl. She's going to go and be herself and just like not be an orphan anymore. She's she's happy she found a family eventually, but this is her chance to not be the sister, not be the orphan, not be whatever. Just be her.
Just be Mary. Yeah.
So she goes away. She's she's going to college in New York. Obviously, then they're from Philadelphia. So she says it's like an 8-hour drive, which is just perfect because it's not too far away. She can't visit, but it's far away enough that she's separate and gets to be alone and all the rest of it. And yeah, once she actually goes into the dorms and she meets her roommates and like she starts to feel concerned that they already know each other because they've been talking online because there was like a virtual meetup for new roommates and stuff, but she never got to do that. Like her insecurities and her like sort of getting worried and stuff was like, okay, she's got a good inner voice. We're starting to get this sense of humor and like, when they ask her name and she sort of panics and says, Marina, because she wants to be different from just Mary.
Marina, and the girls look at her confused, her new roommates, but and then just the her face turning red and the whole panel is red.
Yeah, but then
nice touch.
But then when they say it's cool and you get that wide panel at the bottom where it's like rays of sunshine behind her head as she's smiling. It's very expressive. It's also those extra just like turning the panel's whole colors just adds comedy to it. It just makes it funnier.
Comedy, and it makes it like kinetic to where it's almost like a cartoon. Like I don't want to say cartoony in the way that it's like overblown or whatever, but I feel the motion. It's almost like reading storyboards here. And again, that's Shaner doing the expressions and the working with. Did he do the colors on this too?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
I have to go back to the credits page. But they go to an orientation talk, and the bunny that belongs to one of her roommates starts talking to her.
Yeah.
It basically says, yeah, I've been sent here with a message from Billy. He's given you the Shazam power. It's all yours now. You're not sharing it with anyone. The world needs a champion, and it's going to be you. And she's like, no, I'm done. Like I'm a normal person now. I can't do this. And she ends up making a bit of a scene talking to the rabbit and runs out with it. And the
he's talking to her in her mind. But she's talking out loud, so everyone just sees her screaming at a rabbit, which is hilarious.
But then when she runs outside, the bunny teleports her to a crime. There's a bank robbery going on with it's not Weather Wizard, because that's what she calls him, because she doesn't know what it is.
Disaster Master,
which is not a bad name, to be honest.
No, but he has the kind of seeming like Weather Wizard ish powers, where it seems like he's earthquake powered or
I got a kick out of it though, because his powers seem to come from a phone app that he's got. Yep. He's got a phone strapped to his chest, and that gave me a bit of a chuckle. But yeah, he's throwing the vault doors around. He's threatening to kill everyone. So the bunny begs Mary to say the word, and of course, a full page spread says Shazam. It's gorgeous. And she noticed that, hey, wait, I'm stronger than I was before. What's going on? And the bunny explains, well, you're not sharing the power with 5 people anymore, so it's all you. You've got all of it.
The kick, she realizes when she hits him with the lightning that the kick knocks her back out of the bank.
Yeah. She goes
which
through
is
the
a nice
window.
moment too.
So yeah, she de-escalates the situation. Some wonderful panels because like he's like making all the dirt swirl up into like kind of a tornado around him, and she's able to come through. And there's some great moments of like just the light of the lightning bolt in her chest, kind of like glowing through the smoke or the dust and stuff like that. So
good,
yeah, lot of really nice art, in the action as well. But to be honest, Shayna, it's the vibrancy, but mainly the expressions and the way it handles faces for me that I love.
Yeah, so he did all the art. So I just went back to the credits page, and it just says art by Doc Shaner. So that's inking and coloring. So he's just doing it all, and it really shows.
Yeah, that's why it took some time, presumably, to get done. But even the rabbit, when after they've captured the bad guy, and the rabbit's giving her this a side eye with a smirk, saying, "See, I knew you could do it, Mary. The world needs you." And she's actually already running away. She's flying off back to the dorms. And it does that cool thing where she lands like behind the wall, and you hear the Shazam, and then she runs around in her normal clothes. The classic switcheroo, which is a comic book. It doesn't have to do it, but it does it anyway because it's fun. So she comes in, and there's some police officers, and she thinks that they've called the police on her because she ran away with their bunny.
Stole her roommate's bunny, Hoppy.
But the cliffhanger is that her foster parents have went missing, and that is the cliffhanger of the issue. Which I thought was a good cliffhanger. The whole idea that she's desperate to get away and be herself, but then they get into trouble, and then she has to save them in some capacity. It's kind of sweet. It's got some natural drama there.
I like the idea where she talks about how she wasn't really wanted, and then she got to the Vasquezes, which are her foster family, and then she had a family, and then they were all superheroes together, and now she's trying to distance herself to be her own person, yet it's pulling her back. And I do like that. Not that it's an inner conflict, because of course she's going to try to help out her family, but just the struggle of her wanting to be on her own and not be, tied everything to her past.
Yeah, and it's got that classic, reluctant hero thing where she doesn't really want to do it because she wants to like focus on her life, but she's not going to not help people in need. She's not going to go look for foster parents because something bad's happened to them. Like she's going to. So
and the fact that it seems like Billy, which I don't fully trust this rabbit. I feel like there's more going on, right? That it's an emissary from Billy and the Rock Fraternity using the last of his magic and whatnot. But she still ended up with the power of Shazam, right? So, but just the whole idea of her being unwanted and now being chosen to save the world, per se. I like that balance. So, but knew I was gonna like this book. I wasn't familiar with the writer Josie Campbell, but if it's gonna be more like this for 4 issues, it might end up being high on the best of.
Yeah. Sadly, the only thing I'm upset about is that it's only 4 issues. Like, I would love if this was a 12-issue book or whatever, but it's going to be 4. There'll be 4 tight issues, and we'll see what they do with it. Hopefully, if it does well, and if Shaner wants to with Campbell, maybe they'll do like a sequel mini or something down the line. But no, cool. What are you giving the new champion of Shazam?
9.5.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Straight up there. I'm going to be a little more reserved and go with a straight 9, but I do really like it. It has that feeling of the start of a run, which is a shame because it's not the start of a run, it's the start of a mini. But love the characterization. I love that she's getting some focus. I've always liked Mary Marvel, but I think ever since that Deceased mini, where she had that surprise appearance where it was like, oh shit, that was as cool as anything.
She was hidden in there amongst the regular people.
Yeah. And it wasn't until the word was said that you kind of realized, oh, wait a minute. And it really elevated her, I think, in terms of what you can do with her in a comic book. And I'm glad that there's a series here to sort of do it in continuity and give her the spotlight a bit. So, 9 out of 10 for me.